All right, so welcome back. This is video number 3, and let's talk about starting on the right foot. So you learned in the previous video that you can't jump on Instagram and just sell, and sell. You can't do any type of direct selling. Selling is in a different way. It's a very indirect selling, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. And this is why most people fail. That's what they do. They jump on Instagram assuming it's Facebook, and they can't figure out why they're not making sales, all right, or why they're not getting fans. So let's make sure that you start out on the right foot, all right? So the secret here is to build a brand or a lifestyle. So if you think about what I talked about earlier in the previous video, I said that people go to Instagram because they want to know more about a brand. Maybe they discovered the brand or the lifestyle in Facebook, but then they want to go to Instagram and they want to learn more. So this is where they follow people, and you'll see lifestyle-wise, they'll post pictures of themselves, they'll post pictures of their life in relation to what they do, just to basically build a personal relationship. So think about Facebook as, okay, I discovered you and I am more part of a community. But Instagram is like, okay, I get to see more about what's happening in your life, not just about related to what we're interested in, both of us, like shared interest wise, but I get to see what's in your life, what's happening, what the good, the bad. So you're basically building a relationship. So the end goal for you should be to become an influencer, which means, a brand that will have real influence on people's decisions. So you can influence people by the pictures that you post, basically. And people are waiting for that kind of stuff. They want ideas, they want inspiration, they want quotes. So you'll notice a lot of quotes are on Instagram. You'll notice some quotes on Facebook as well, but you'll notice a good amount on Instagram, and you'll notice a lot of those type of images. So everything from about what to wear, what to buy, where to shop, what to do, and where to go. So you see what I'm saying here? It's a lifestyle mentality. Society has changed so drastically that back in the day, you could just say, go buy this, and they would go buy that. They would take your word for it. But now they want to see that you're genuine, that you're a real person that they can actually deal with. So before you can sell, they need to get, to know you, and you need to get people to follow you, of course, right? So you need to build a following before you can actually sell. So like I said, in our society nowadays, people want to know you. They have discovered you on Facebook, and they want to hear all about your lives, your drama, everything. So now you got to pick and choose what you post. So let me give you an example here. Let's say that you are a scuba diver, all right? So on your Instagram profile, you would show a typical day as a scuba diver. So, things you do, happy times, sad times, things you run into, problems you run into as a scuba diver, the type of equipment you would buy, what tools are great, what tools are not, all of that. So why would you want to do that? Well, if you think about the dollar signs, you think about the profit. As a scuba diver, you could be showcasing tools that you are using. And this could easily translate into, let's say, for example, a Shopify store where you sell scuba equipment. Maybe you can do an AliExpress drop shipping thing where they buy the product, you ship it from AliExpress, you get a cut of it. And you don't even have to actually stock any type of inventory in your Shopify store. So that's something to look forward to from Instagram. You get to indirectly sell about things, because at the end of the day, people are going to want what you have. They feel, okay, if I have the same software tools, or if I have the same tools or equipment that you have as a scuba diver, or as whatever you're trying to do, as lifestyle or brand, they're more likely to buy it, right? So it can be Shopify store, it can be an affiliate promotion, it can be a sponsor post from a scuba gear company, which we'll talk more about later down the road. But before you can do all of that, you need to have a brand. You need to have the ability to create a lifestyle, right? So now let's move on to video number 4, and let's talk about how to build a brand and how to build a lifestyle and do it all properly. Okay, welcome back. This is video number 4, and let's talk about how to build a brand or a lifestyle. So now that you understand why you need to inspire people by building a brand attached to a lifestyle, let's discuss how you can actually do this in the real world. All right. So a brand is more than just a logo. You can go on graphicriver.net or any other site and get a logo. That's not a brand. All right. I want you to understand that, because I feel like a lot of people get confused. They feel like, okay, I'm going to get a logo, I'm going to get a website, I'm going to set it up, and that's it. It's more than that. All right. So I want to make sure that we get in the right mindset. You're going to be able to succeed in all that. So it's an attachment or an identity. That's what a brand is. And the lifestyle itself just helps kind of build and grow the brand. Now, you might be thinking, well, what if I don't have that lifestyle? Well, just wait a minute and I'll talk about that in just a minute. All right. So try to figure out, as of now, what sort of identity you want to create as part of that brand. And then figure out what people want to be like, what they aspire to be, and all that, right? Because our society has changed to the point where people want to find their identity. If they can find their identity inside of your brand, or even if it's just a little piece, they are more likely to feel attached to your brand. And then they're more likely to follow you. They're more likely to buy from you because they feel like they found a piece of their identity through you, and you help them do that. So obviously, as a brand, you want to help them find that piece of their identity. You want to help them in the long run. If they can feel that you're genuine, they're more likely to follow you, right? So, I mean, if you think about yourself, if you find something about yourself that could potentially improve yourself, improve your hobby, improve your likes, and avoid the dislikes and all that, you're more likely to trust that brand, that person, that company, right? So same kind of concept here. They want to find and buy things that express who they are. So if you can help them do that via the lifestyle, via the brand, then you're going to be able to close a lot of sales on Instagram. So in our last example, as a scuba diver, what we can do is you might want to attract, let's say, newbie scuba divers or expert scuba divers. So these are very, very, very different audiences. But it's crucial to know that ahead of time, because expert scuba divers might want a certain thing. And then, of course, newbie scuba divers might want a certain thing as well. So in other words, knowing who your audience is very, very important. So think of your own business, what you're trying to sell, and build a lifestyle around that. And think about, what you're wearing, what you buy, the software tools you're buying, the physical goods you're buying, the ebooks, the educational material that you're buying. Just think of everything as part of that lifestyle. All right. So what this allows you to do is it really allows you to expand potentially your profit margin. So instead of selling just one thing, you could be selling many different things that surround that particular product. Now, once you've gotten to this point, then it's time to think of a logo. All right. And you can easily get this off of graphicriver.net, or you can go to upwork.com. That's upwork.com. And you can find a graphic designer, a logo creator designer, and get one created for you. Now, when you create a logo, you want to specifically choose something that relates to your niche. So a scuba diver attracting newbie scuba divers, you could find a scuba diver logo and name it something that would attract your audience. So newbie scuba divers are obviously going to want to learn from expert scuba divers, and of course the same thing. So they might be attracted to a certain element, but they're still going to have a very different mindset, right? Newbie scuba divers, they might be more likely to buy pretty much everything. Expert scuba divers may be more reluctant, right? Or more skeptical. So that's just something to think about as you begin to build your brand. So a quick recap here: make sure to create an identity and be ready to inspire. All right. So that's what it really comes down to. And that's what brings us to the next question, which is what creates inspiration, which we'll talk more about in video number 5.